naman.
Okay, so intro na ba natin to? Yeah. So welcome to another episode of Barbell Geek. Yes, Barbell Geek. Okay, so pinaganda namin yung sound effect na yun.
To make up for dun sa halos isang buwan na wala.
Okay, so nawala na naman kami. Medyo busy
Bakit
lang
ba?
kasi.
Kasi natanggap siya sa Masters. Yay! So, nag-start na yung classes.
Okay, so start ng classes pero we're still trying to fix yung sked, di ba? Siyempre, we have clients, we have a teaching thingy, diba? And we have yung masters to think about, so pagod. Okay, so anyway, so ano ba, since medyo hindi kami prepared, talaga, may ganun. Prepared naman kami, always with science, backed up by science. So what are we going to talk about?
So, mag-a-answer tayo ng mga questions ng students, clients, friends, gano'n. Pumili lang kami ng 3-4 na questions.
Apat, okay? So again guys, we encourage you to ask questions sa comments, so comment down below or maybe message us sa Barbell Geek, and those na nag-message sa akin regarding shout out and yung mag-application sa sports science, let me know guys if you need help, etc. etc. So, yan. So, ano ba first question? Or first question, hindi, sige, ano tayo, parang story time muna tayo. Bakit ba ganito? Bakit ba tayo question and answer?
Wala kasi tayo maisip na topic.
Hindi naman yun. Kasi there's a lot of topics.
Ang dami kasing questions.
Ang dami din kasing topics. So, let's start off with answering yung questions para malinis na. Kumbaga, clean slate.
Okay.
Diba? When we move on to other topics. Kasi minsan yung mga tanong parang hindi naman nakakatawa. Diba? Lahat ng tanong is okay. Or are okay. Kasi dapat it stimulates learning. Diba? It's a start.
At saka, ito lalo na yung unang question, paulit-ulit from your students to eh. Paulit-ulit talaga. Natatawa ako minsan pag naririnig ko yung class nila na nagtatanong, may nag-message pa, ganun. So, sasagutin natin yung tanong na yun.
Okay. So, pero siguro nga, from my professor na ginest sa ibang podcast, ginest namin sa ibang podcast, sinabi nga niya na parang parang akala natin nasagot na ang lahat ng common myths, 'di ba? Pero in reality, ang dami pa palang hindi nakakaalam ng myth. 'Di ba? Nung myth ba to or totoo to? Okay? So, a couple of questions lang kasi we will supply with scientific details, 'di ba? And we'll support our answers with scientific details. Okay, so 4 lang. And if you have more questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Pero siguro sa susunod na episode, we'll have another episode strictly for that one.
Okay. So, game na ba tayo?
Game na.
Ito,
Dana
ang
ako.
tanong ng sambayanan. ang dami nagtatanong, nagme-message pa. Sir, ano bang pwedeng gawin para tumangkad?
And the answer is, di ba?
Kailangan ko bang uminom ng ganito, ng ganon?
Kailangan nyo mahanap yung Yamashita treasure. Pag nahanap nyo yan, tatangkad kayo. Okay, so let's focus muna on yung parang other questions related to this one. Kasi meron unang tanong na parang, Sir, pag nagbuhat ba ng weights, hindi natatangkad? Siguro that could be the first question that we have to answer. 'Di ba? So, I have studies here, 'di ba? Studies here showing na pag bata ka ba at nagbuhat ka, hindi ka natatangkad.
Kasi may myth dyan eh, di ba? Na kapag ka nagbuhat ka nga daw, lilit ka daw.
Yeah, parang
mas-stunt yung growth.
Mas-stunt daw yung growth. Okay? So, paano ba tayo tumatangkad? Pagka kids tayo, ikaw tumangkad ka ba?
Ay, nagkaroon ng tayo, mas
Hindi,
matangkad ako sa'yo.
Kamuan yan, di ba? Parang, there was a time na mas matangkad talaga siya sa akin, di hamak. Pero, nung tumanda kami, mas matangkad ako sa kanya, di hamak. Kasi I'm around 6 flat, tapos siya 5'4".
5'5".
Sige, 5'5 na pagbigyan natin. So, parang ganon. So, malaki yung height difference. Pero, around, anong grade ba? Anong grade mo ba na-reach yung max height mo?
High school na ako.
Okay, so
Siguro mga third year.
Okay.
Parang ganito na ang katangkad, hindi na ako.
So, third year, anong
fourth
age
year.
yun?
16 siguro.
Okay, so 16, nag-stop na yung growth niya.
Oo.
Pero kailan ka naging around 5'4 or 5'3?
Mga first year.
Oh, diba?
First
So,
year
mga
high
first
school.
year high school, so roughly parang after grade school lang, max na agad yung height niya or close to max na. However, ako naman, parang, I'm not really sure kung gaano yung age, pero alam ko around first year, parang ano lang ako 5'7 lang ata or 5'8. Tapos na-stuck ako dyan for a couple of years. Pagdating ko ng fourth year, biglang nag-5'11 ako. Tapos pagdating ko ng 5'11 and something, tapos pagdating ng college, tumangkad pa, naging 6. So parang ganun yan. So ano ba factor talaga pagdating sa growth? Guys, we grow through our plates or growth plates. May scientific term, pero doon na lang tayo sa normal term. Growth plates. Ibig sabihin yung bones natin sa dulo, usually sa dulo, I'm not saying sa dulo only, pero usually sa dulo yan, meron yan hindi pa bone. Parang malambot pa siya or growing bone pa lang siya. And pag bata tayo, mas makapal yan, unti-unti kasi yan, mas makapal or mas madami, unti-unti yan, nagsosolidify para maging bone, tapos umaakyat, humahaba yan, lumalaki, okay, dun tayo tumatangkad. Diba? Dun tumatangkad sa pag-grow ng bone natin. And there's a myth na pag nagbuhat ka nga, napipit-pit daw yun, so hindi daw mag-grow. Okay? But apparently, sa studies na mga binasa natin, weightlifting, yes, medyo malambot pa to. Pero, hindi naman siya common na ma-damage pagdating sa weightlifting. Okay? Parang mas common pa ma-damage ang plates sa mga injuries. Kuwari nadapa tapos na-fracture, yung mga ganon. Pagdating kasi sa weightlifting, as long as you're, in a way, you're utilizing proper form and proper weight, malabo ma-damage. Okay? I think yung myth kasi was done in a study, hindi naman nagsimula, pero meron kasing study with regards to child labor sa coal mine. So parang sinasabi na lifting heavy coal, yung sako ng coal daw, yun yung nakapag-start ng
kaso
growth.
parang kailangan take into consideration child labor, so walang pagkain.
That's a good. Ang galing talaga. Ang galing.
Pwede na kitang palitan.
Pwede na. Move over. Hindi, pero good analysis. We could also say na lack of nutrition yan. Maybe, hindi din kasi good yung health nila dun because of yung hangin na na-inhale nila. Diba? Ang daming factors. So, hindi natin pwede isolate lang yun. Diba? So, but when it comes to lifting weights, yun nga, as long as you're not injuring the growth plates. Kaya nga, it is a good advice na when a kid starts young when it comes to lifting weights, dapat, it should not be extremely heavy. Diba? It should be, we focus more on parang siguro higher than your normal na reps, and then yung weight na kaya doon para hindi naman sobrang bigat, 'di ba? Pero it doesn't mean na you will damage kasi yun nga, tinuro din naman sa amin na if you damage the plates, of course, it will stunt growth.
So, kunyari nabalian ka ng buto, there's a possibility na na-stunt ng growth. More on, di na lang
Again, hindi naman localized yun kasi pag nabali, kuwari dito nabali, possible na
hindi naman.
dito.
Hindi, kunyari, na-fracture ka sa may legs mo.
Again, the growth plates. Kung wala naman sa growth plate, wala naman problema. Tsaka, bakit pag na-fracture, fracture. Pag na-fracture yan, kasi the body tends to, parang pag ni-repair yan, iso-solidify, magiging bone. So, kaya na-start. Kaya kung na-injure ka dyan, usually kuwari, nag-weightlifting ka, tapos na-compress siya, nagkaroon na nagka-problem. Dun most likely. Pero again, if you're guided accordingly, tapos hindi naman na-fracture, then there's no reason for yung lifting weights to cause you na ma-stunt yung growth. 'Di ba? The reason lang kasi siguro a worry for people is that children or kids are not, or hindi naman are not, pero some of them will not be able, or are not, parang naguguluhan ako eh. Pero kasi parang they might not be mature enough to follow instructions.
So prone to injuries.
Oo, or parang they might not be mature enough to really parang adhere sobra dun sa instructions. Pero it's not necessarily ganun. Kasi pwede naman through training, 'di ba? I mean, there are other countries who train children at a younger age, 'di ba? And they do follow the instructions. Kasi nga it's just a matter of how well the kid is trained or how well the instructions are, so on and so forth. 'Di ba? And they know the risk, the coaches know the risk, etc., etc. Kaya nga if they can follow instructions tapos hindi naman nga may injury yung growth plates, then it will not, or hindi naman siya magiging malaking factor in terms of stunting growth. The studies have already shown nga na mas malaki pa yung risk sa injury when it comes to
Most
sports.
surprising is that weightlifting has recently been proposed as a factor that might even stimulate additional growth in children.
Yes. Kasi the fracture of, tignan mo, the fracture of growth plates appears more likely in injuries sa mga contact sports, etc. Impact force of jumping and running, mas malakas pa yan compared dun sa weight. Kasi remember, when you're a kid, you might not have enough muscular development to really lift heavy weights din naman. Diba? So, hindi mo siya mabubuhat sobrang bigat. Hindi mo din naman on point pa yung form. You're slowly developing these skills. Kaya nga hindi ka pa makakabuhat. Tas, in a way, wala pa siguro yung ego mo to really push sobrang bigat. Diba? So, ganun din yun. Kaya nga, why can we say, or there's this proposal, yung sinabi mo nga, na weightlifting could help you grow. Kasi there are other factors outside of yung there are factors sa weightlifting na could indirectly be related to growth. For example, hormones, di ba? Sinabanggit na natin na it increases certain, not increases, pero maybe we could say efficiency, di ba? So, pagdating sa ibang hormones, it stimulates bone growth, di ba? It stimulates muscle growth, it stimulates growth. Kaya nga, siguro yan yung premise why parang, well, again, more studies are needed, pero there's this premise na baka nga possible that weight training could increase height. Okay? So, back tayo sa question, ano pwede gawin tumangkad? Since alam na natin, well, kids will not be stunted by weightlifting. So, ano pwede gawin tumangkad? Again, more studies are needed, pero sabi nga, weightlifting might contribute, might, as long as you're not injuring yourself, might ha. So, again, more studies are needed on this one.
Stretching ba helps?
I'm not really sure kasi I haven't researched on that one sa stretching. Pero if we're looking at it na i-stretch mo yung bone, it's highly unlikely na ma-stretch mo yung bone. Diba? Kasi most of the time, pag hinila mo, ligaments yung mahihila, hindi yung bone in itself. So, pero stretching the bone, yes, di ba, there are operations.
Sa China.
I don't know yung country exactly.
Sa China nga sila nag-ano nun.
Pero yun, they stretch yung bone using metal something.
Oo, nakakita ko nun eh. Kaso parang tagal na process nun.
So, going back. So, kung alam na natin na hindi naman tayo babansot or liliit pagdating sa pagbubuhat, ano pwede gawin tumangkad kung hindi ka pa ganun katangkad? Guys, females will grow up to around the age of 18 and then males up to around the age of 21. On average, so I'm not saying upwards and downwards, so iba-iba yan bawat tao. Pero can we still grow? Okay, this is for those who are still growing. Kasi kung adults na tayo, I would advise buying platform shoes, top hat, di ba? Para tumaas. Pero, again, pag pagka kasi nawala na or naging bone na yung growth plates nyo, there's really no way to grow na. Diba? Kasi solid na yung bone so hindi natatangkad. Pero for people who are still growing or for teens, young adults who are still growing, syempre, number one, okay, I have a study here. Number one, the study is about height. And guys, sad to say, genetics has an 86 and 82% contribution daw when it comes to height. So these are studies ha. So 86 to 82%. Okay, there is in girls 30% and in boys 49% of the genetic factors affects height differences. So ano ibig sabihin nito in Tagalog? Sige nga, alam mo ba?
Na-lost
Sabi,
translation.
hindi, sabi genetics daw has a great contribution to
So kung
height.
yung parents mo parehong maliit, huwag ka na umasa, besh. Unless...
Hindi ganon, hindi naman ganon. Kasi if we studied yung Punnett square, di ba, we have...
Yung may recessive.
Yes, meron recessive. So, there's a chance na you will still grow taller or be tall kahit na yung parents mo hindi. As long as you have if the recessive gene dun sa parents na tall, lumabas sa'yo. Di ba?
Para sa akin nga, di ba, kung sa side ko, my mom is 5'2", dad ko 5'7" lang. Pero, I have a half brother na 6 flat.
Yes.
Sa side ng dad ko, I have cousins na 6'4", parang recessive yata sa side namin kasi lolo ko, sa dad side ko, matangkad. Lola ko, maliit.
Tapos to add to her story, yung mga kwento niya matatangkad na relatives niya, some of them have parents na maliit.
Maliit, yes.
Diba? Kasi nga, there's a recessive gene. So, paano mo malalaman kung may recessive? Family tree, genetic testing, etc. etc. Pero, syempre, if we're looking at it ng parang simple terms, malamang, most likely, if cousins, parents, etc. are not that tall, then you might not be that tall din at the end of your growth spurts or yung growth mo. Kasi syempre, sabi nga dito, genetics has a 86-82% contribution. So, malaki talaga. Okay? Malaki talaga yung contribution niya when it comes to your final height. Diba? So, ano pa bang pwedeng gawin? Again, balanced diet and healthy diet. Kasi when you're lifting weights, diba, there's this promising. So, again guys, more study ang kailangan. So, don't take yung sinasabi ko as 100% truth na agad kasi kailangan pa mas maraming study on this one. Pero again, exercise could help as long as you're not injuring your growth plates for a more balanced hormonal blah blah blah. Syempre diet, 'di ba yung nabanggit mo? Diet. Bakit diet?
Hindi ko alam, naisip ko lang, na-joke lang. Hindi, syempre, nutrients ng katawan mo para sa paglaki mo.
Kasi building blocks, di ba? So,
kung wala kang kakainin, so ano i-build?
Syempre, the body will try to survive and papatangkarin ka rin yan, pero you might not be able to reach your maximum potential kung hindi ka nga kumakain ng mga nutrients na kailangan for bone growth, muscle growth, etc. etc. Kaya nga, be healthy. When you're healthy, you're eating right, you're doing enough physical activity, then, di ba, you will reach your maximum potential or within the genetic limits or your genetic limits. Pero again guys, genetics, malaking factor. Okay? Bakit again, jump training, high impact yan, so be careful dahil yung growth plates nyo, that might be a cause for injury, sabi nga dun sa iba. So, I'm not saying you should avoid it, pero I'm saying you should have a coach that will guide you properly, 'di ba? Science-based sana, 'di ba, when it comes to
Tanong ko lang,
growth.
kunyari yung sister mo, if hindi nalagyan ng bakal sa likod, mas tatangkad pa ba siya?
I do not know kung kumbaga yung eksakto. Kasi nung nalagyan naman siya, pa-mature na din siya. Hindi natin alam if yung growth plates nga kasi mature na, 'di ba?
Ano ba siya? 16 pa lang yata siya.
Okay, so sige. Siguro another question 'yan. 16 na siya. So hindi pa mature yung growth plates niya.
Box na
That
ano.
is not the case.
May scolio kasi yung sister niya na malala. So, kailangan lagyan ng bakal sa
Sige,
likod.
pero yung marirelate naman dun sa students, sa listeners, sa nagtatanong. Doesn't mean you're young means tatangkad pa kayo. Kasi yung maturity ng growth plates ang pinag-uusapan dito. Kaya tayo may binigay na age of 18 and 21 on average. Pero there might be people who stopped growing at the age of 15. Diba? Some might have up to age of 22. There are outliers. Pero it's a good average. Kaya nga hindi natin
naman
sure.
siya.
Well, kasi yung pagtangkad niya would be yung straightening of yung spine. So that's added, diba? Angular stuff. Hindi. Tsaka na natin pag-usapan niya. So, masyado na mahaba ang ating height topic. Well, again, medyo hinabahan namin yan kasi madami nagtatanong tungkol dyan sa height.
Next question na ba tayo?
Hindi, siguro, last example. Ako, nagbubuhat naman ako, pero I ended up around 6 flat. Nung bata ako, napakagulo ko. Although, hindi naman kasi na-injure siguro yung growth plates. Diba? Pero, umabot ako ng 6 flat. Ikaw, magulo ka ba at nagbubuhat ka ba mabibigat ng bata ka?
Hindi.
Pero, diba? Hindi siya nagbubuhat, pero hindi din naman siya tumangkad sobra. Kaya nga, it's not really a good indicator when it comes to your height. Tapos, yung anak din naman namin, on the taller side, pero nag-exercise. Again, syempre, we guide him accordingly. Okay. So, let's move on.
Next question. Masama po bang uminom ng malamig na tubig habang nag-workout? Or after mag-exercise at mag-sports?
Okay, so let's talk about, siguro, wag na lang natin pag-usapan mismo, okay, yung after, during. Siguro pag-usapan natin mismo yung malamig na tubig. Kasi baka may mga nagtatanong din, hindi ako uminom ng malamig na tubig during exercise, etc. etc. Okay? And this question is hindi naman very unique, pero unique siya. Ngayon ko pa lang siya narinig.
Ako nung high school, nag-fun run kami, tapos may isang schoolmate na nagsabi doon sa mga friends na, huwag kayo inom ng malamig na tubig kasi papasok sa lungs mo yung tubig. Hindi ko mag-gets yung kanyang...
Okay, so sige, pag-usapan natin. There's a good study, pero there's a study on this one. Okay, and the title of the study is, does cold water or ice slurry ingestion during exercise elicit a net body cooling effect in the heat? Ibig sabihin, pag uminom ka ba daw ng malamig na tubig pag nag-exercise ka, mas lumalamig yung pakiramdam mo. Diba? So, sige, pag-usapan natin ang conclusion. Okay? Ikaw ba, uminom ka ba ng tubig na malamig pag nag-workout?
Oo. Ayoko nang hindi malamig kasi parang hindi nawawala yung uhaw. Diba?
So, mas malamig ang gusto mo
Oo, mas malamig ang gusto
kaysa
ko.
sa mas mainit na...
Oo.
Have you experienced any bad effects ng pag-inom niyan?
Ng malamig na tubig? Parang wala naman.
Okay. So, in this study, sige, ako din kasi mahilig ako malamig na tubig during exercise. In this study, ang pinag-usapan dito, okay, sabi, heat loss is much lower.
Kapag
Sabi,
uminom ka na malamig.
wait, double check natin. Hindi, ito pala. Okay, so sorry guys, nag-change ako ng browser. Pero ang sinabi nga kasi dito, the comparison was a 4 degrees Celsius na tubig versus a 19 degrees Celsius na tubig. Okay? So, not really tubig. Sinabi dito, it's a drink. Okay? I don't know if there's sugar in it, etc. Pero, sabi, the temperature of the drink is measured. And apparently, sabi, a 4 degrees Celsius or yung malamig na tubig during exercise in the heat enhances fluid consumption and improves endurance by acting as a heat sink.
Pag malamig ang
Pag malamig. So, in a way, the rise in body temperature is not ganun kalaki. Okay? Kaya nga, it reduces daw the effects of heat stress. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, bumababa. And ano pa ba sinasabi? The heart rate tends to be lower. Kaya however, hindi siya ganun ka-significant. Ibig sabihin, hindi ganun kalaki yung difference. Pero, we could note na the heart rate is a little bit lower when we're drinking cold water. when exercising in the heat. Okay? Kaya nga, in a way, nalalamigan ka, mas bumababa yung risk of parang overheating, heat stress, and siguro kaya tumataas ng onti yung endurance. Okay, so yan yung pinag-uusapan. Sa tingin mo, what do you think about the study or yung results ng study?
Tingin ko, totoo kasi kunyari, wag na lang natin sabihin nag-exercise eh. Sabihin na lang natin na nakabilad ka sa araw, nasa labas ka. Init na init ka. Ano bang gusto mo inumin? Malamig, mainit.
Diba?
Diba?
Parang in a way nga kasi, parang isipin mo na lang, kung mainit yung kape mo, nilagyan mo malamig na tubig, lalamig yung kape.
Kaya.
So parang ganun siya. Eh kung talagang syempre you're exercising, so umiinit yung katawan mo, tapos mainit pa yung panahon, then kailangan mo nga medyo palamigin to reach a certain level na kaya mo
yung
yung
parang
heat.
ang katawan mo matalino eh. Parang it will ask you dun sa mga bagay na kailangan niya.
Tapos there's also this another study na yung skin temperature naman. Okay, may skin temperature na pag umiinom daw ng water nga, medyo yung skin temperature hindi din ganun kataas, bumababa ng onte. So parang ganun siya. Okay, and the temperature of the water daw can be seen as influencing thermoregulation or kung yung pag-init, paglamig ng katawan. Okay, so it also adds dun sa previous study. So siguro, kung init na init ka nga, di maganda nga yung malamig na tubig. So, hindi yan nakakasama in a way kung naiinitan ka. And again, if yan lang ang source mo ng tubig, remember, when we're working out, we need more water kasi parang the body is functioning parang faster. So, mas marami din consumption ng nutrients, mas marami din toxins na nilalabas, and water is needed for excretion and other factors sa katawan. So, syempre, siguro ang takeaway dito, uminom ka ng tubig pag nag-exercise ka. 'Di ba? Ngayon, kung malamig yung tubig diyan, okay lang. Studies show na okay yan kung naiinitan ka sobra. Okay? So, kung naiinitan ka, kaya hindi naman siya masama kung pagbabasehan natin yung study. Okay? Next question! Bam!
Isasama ko
Patapos
ba to?
na, kalahati na. Sige, isama mo na yan.
Ano daw? Ito, tinanong ng student ni dati to eh. O ano daw bang okay na supplements? Parang discuss naman na natin to.
Yes, we do have an episode before regarding supplements, if it works, etc. So you can watch that one for a
Lalagay
more...
ko yung link kung saan.
Yan.
Okay.
Okay.
Lalagay ko yung link dyan.
So, again guys, nasa sa inyo yan, panoorin nyo, nandun yung details when it comes to supplements. Pero, this is really a question na lagi ko na ririnig. And the problem is, ang supplement siya eh. So, ang tanong nga dyan, ano bang workout ginagawa mo? Are you working out tama? If tama yung workout mo, what are the demands of your workout in terms of nutrients? So, kung malalaman natin na nag-workout ka nga ng tama at nabibitin yung nutrients mo, are you eating right? Diba? Baka naman kasi wala ka talagang kinakain, kaya kulang.
Parang ito ata student mo na to, ang gusto niya kasi mass yata eh.
Diba?
Dahil nagpapataba siya.
Pero kung mass, kulang ba yung calories? Over ba? So, hindi natin alam. So, hindi ko din mabibigay sa inyo anong okay na supplement. And again, syempre, we need, outside of the calories and macronutrients, we also need your vitamins and minerals. Kaya nga, you have to fix your nutrition first and then add in yung supplements nyo. Okay? Unless, siguro, vitamins could be your supplement kasi nga nabibitin ka, pero nasa sa inyo kasi yan eh. So, hindi natin alam. At saka, siguro, meal patterns, pwedeng ayusin. Kasi, remember, if you're trying to gain weight nga, baka pag binigyan ka ng supplement, di mo din mainom sa sobrang busog mo. Diba? So, those are things na kailangan to play around. So, again, link here, whatever, there. Okay. So, panoorin na lang yung episode na yun.
Last question. Dito ako natawa eh, nung tinanong eh. Pag nag-gain ba ng weight, makaka-increase ba yan ng size ng boobs?
Great question! Okay, so we're not going to say kung saan ang galing or kung saang group, whether is it sa YouTube comments, is it a message, is it from people we know. Okay, so let's remain anonymous.
Kilala mo kasi yung
Okay, so sige, you discuss it. As a female, what do you think?
Tingin ko ako eh. Siyempre, pag nagkalaman ka, di pati yun, magkakalaman.
Okay.
Hindi ba?
And apparently, this is the beauty of science and research. Apparently, there's really a study
Talaga ba?
conducted on the breast size and yung pagtataba ka. Okay? So, ano sinabi nila? Body mass, BMI, has strong relationship between breast mass or kung gaano kalaki ang ating hinaharap. Diba?
Okay.
Pero, okay guys, pag-usapan natin. What do we mean by body mass and BMI? Remember, fatty tissue yan eh. Yang sa hinaharap natin. So, in a way, kung bibigat ka at tataba ka at lalaki ka,
Siyempre, pati siya kasama.
pati siya, madadagdagan din siya ng fat. So, lalaki din siya, di ba? In terms of, in parang ratio and proportion sa katawan mo, definitely, it will depend on yung genetics mo nga, if you have mas malaki talaga boobs mo, etc. Pero, in a way, lalaki siya. Absolutely lalaki siya. Kung i-measure mo yan, tapos bumigat ka nga, tumaba ka, baka madagdagan niya ng 1 inch pag nag-measure tayo dito. Pero in terms of sa itsura mo, mas lumaki ba siya? Siyempre, lumaki ka din eh. So, hindi din natin alam. Pero, the science or the study shows na talagang when you gain weight, when you gain fat, okay, lalaki din yung hinaharap natin. So, ganun yung sinasabi. At the same time, kung pumayat ka din, papayat ka. Diba? Kasi syempre, you're losing weight, you're losing fat. So, ganun lang naman yung sinasabi ng
So,
study.
since payat yung nagtanong, may pag-asa pa, girl.
Ewan ko sa'yo. Okay, so ganun nga. Kasi pagka nag-gain ka ng weight, kaya nga, let's look at bodybuilding, di ba? Syempre, when females would like to be extremely lean, di ba? It will affect the breast size as well. Kasi syempre, liliit nga yung body mass, liliit ang BMI mo. So, in a way, tatamaan din yung breast mass mo. So, liliit siya. Diba? Pero kung halimbawa, ginain mo ulit yung weight kasi tapos na yung competition, the same thing. Babalik ulit, dadagdag ulit yan. Kasi nga, bibigat ka ulit, dadagdag ulit yung fat. So, can lifting weights affect the breast size? Diba? Well, again, if you're changing up the body mass, ibig sabihin, if you're at the same weight, pero you're lowering the fat sa katawan mo, you will also lose yung liliit din. Diba? Pero if you're increasing your weight in terms of muscle, pero you're also increasing in terms of fat, then lalaki din kasi it's just body mass and BMI nga having a strong effect on breast size. Diba? So, ganun siya. So, ano ba ulit tanong?
Pag nag-gain ng weight.
Lalaki? Yes. Simple answer is yes. As to how much, again, it will be dictated by each individual. Do you have the predisposition to have a bigger breast? Then, baka pag nag-gain ka, you will store a little bit more sa breast mo compared sa other parts. So, it depends eh. Kasi fat deposition or kung saan tinatago yung fat, depends on the individual. Some would store sa belly, some would store sa arms. Pero, ganun yan eh. Yung ratio kung saan ini-store, iba-iba per person. So, any advice out there for females looking to gain that extra size?
Magpataba kayo.
Okay, so, ayan, di ba? So, science is there. Diba? That's the beauty of, yun nga, ulitin ko, that's the beauty of science and research. Kasi, as you can see, your question has been answered by a study or directly answered by a study. Diba? It's cool. Ewan ko, para sa akin, it's cool to be answered by a study. Diba? So,
Joyce ng mga nerd din.
sorry guys, talagang siguro naging pastime na lang din magkalkal ng mga studies. Okay, so it's been a long episode.
Kaya nga sabi ko, short lang dapat eh.
Oh, pero kasi 'di ba, the studies are really there. 'Di ba? And it's hard not to push the studies out. Kasi nga nakakaaliw na nandun talaga yung sagot. Okay, so ano ba?
Kaya nga no, parang kahit na how funny yung question is, may
Oo,
sagot.
'di ba? Totoo. Kaya nga guys, even sa students ko, even sa inyo, just ask questions. Kasi who knows? The answer might be in the research out there. Tingnan mo, even the malamig na tubig,
Kaya nga,
di ba? Who would have known that there's a study out there regarding drink temperature? And there are a couple pa. Di ba? Parang tatlo agad, instant easy search, tatlo agad
Sino
lumabas.
tinanong yan sa'yo nung student na nag-question, nagtanong yan eh.
Napa,
Ang reply mo agad, sinong may sabi nun?
o kasi hindi, honestly, parang napaisip din ako, ano ba talaga? Kasi parang wala pa naman ako narinig na bawal. So parang, ang thinking ko agad, question mark. Di ba? And kailangan mo nga kasi, ang alam ko, kailangan mo talaga uminom ng tubig. And yun nga yung thermoregulation may effect. And apparently, there you go. Di ba? Lalo na yung breast size, di ba?
Kaya
I mean,
hindi ko
guys,
na may study yun.
hindi ko din alam if it's, di ba? Sabi ko nga maybe it's fitness related kasi it's BMI and body mass, di ba? So again, thank you for those questions. So,
If you like our videos, hit like and subscribe. Tapos, if you have questions, you can
Comment down below
or message us sa
diba?
Facebook page namin na Barbell Geek Podcast.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
So I hope I encourage you guys to continuously ask questions. And wala akong salamin ngayon. So hindi ako masyadong mukhang nerd. So you can comment down below if mukha pa rin ba akong nerd kahit wala akong salamin. Okay, so anyway guys, again, Barbell Geek signing out. Stay safe, stay strong, stay motivated. Barbell Geek, bye-bye! Thank you!